There'll be lots of options today. We have kind of a small group in the studio, in the room. Don't know who we've got at home, but lots of options today. We're going to do a little bit of rolling, and I'll give you a bunch of options for that. So if you don't enjoy rolling on your back, don't worry. There'll be other things to do. Let's start lying down today. I know. I don't want to jump into this too quick. So we'll lay back and come to constructive rest so that your feet are on the floor, knees are bent, arms are by your side. Notice if you're holding your shoulders up off the floor. See if you can just drop them back toward the mat. Let your body be heavy. Let your belly be soft. Do a little check-in arriving today. How are you feeling in your body from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet? Just take a minute here to assess. Notice any places that feel a little tight or uncomfortable. Take a moment to honor any places that are injured and take care of those today. And also notice the places that feel rested and ready to work. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a second here to check in with your breath. Maybe you're breathing more into your upper chest. Maybe you're breathing more down towards your belly. Just notice how you're breathing today. And then see if you can intentionally bring your breath to your upper chest. So that hand is maybe moving more than the lower hand. And then bring your attention to the lower hand, the hand on the belly, and send your breath there. Allowing your belly to rise and fall, just like a sleeping baby. And see if you can breathe into both places evenly. 3 or 4 breaths here. And when you're done, bring your hands back by your sides. And we'll start a little bit of warm up here. If you turn your thumbs up, take them up overhead. We'll start with our shoulders, inhaling up and exhaling down. You may notice that both hands go to the floor, or maybe neither hand goes to the floor, or one shoulder feels a little better moving like this than the other. Just notice whatever you notice. And the next time your arms go overhead, big inhale here, exhale your arms around to your sides. And do that a couple more times. How are the shoulders moving in that direction? Good. And then take both hands to the ceiling, and we're going to reach up toward the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades come away from your spine. As you drop down, feel them come closer. And do that a couple more times. And then take your wrists and circle them. We will be on our wrists today, so take care of them. Feel free to modify however you like. Yeah, just shake your hands out a little bit. And bring them back to your sides. Okay, let's go to our legs. So we're going to bring one leg up and then the other leg up so that shins are parallel to the ceiling. Pull a little in on your lower abs, a little in and a little up, and drop one leg down like you're dipping it in Lake Monona. And pull it up, and then the other foot down. Just go back and forth a few times. Good. Next time your leg comes up, take both knees, pull them out wide, send your feet away from you, and pull them up the middle. So we're circling opposite directions with our femurs, and it's not cheating to hold on. It just helps us make nice, smooth circles. Yep. And then switch and go the other way. So now feet and knees together. Push your feet away, pull those legs up around the outside. Yep. Good. And then keep your right knee, take your left leg out long, give it a stretch. You can drop it to the floor, or you could just hover it off the floor if that feels nice. And then switch sides. Just notice how long you can extend your leg and switch. And one more time, switch. Good. Bring both legs in, circle your ankles, maybe circle your toes away from each other. Might hear a little snap, crackle, pop going there. Circle, go the other way. Nice. And then go ahead and bring your feet back to the mat. We're going to start with some Pilates roll-ups or roll-ups, bridges, rolling up to bridge. So tip your pelvis so that your tailbone lifts, your sacrum lifts, your low back lifts, coming up into a bridge. And then reverse that. Imagine one vertebrae at a time. Maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter. We're going to roll up. Imagine one vertebrae at a time to the top. And then roll it back down. Good. This next one, let's hold it up. So we're going to roll up, find a yoga bridge. Arms could be to the sides if that feels good. All we're going to do here is squeeze the glutes and reach the knees away from our heads. So you'll probably feel a little sensation in the front of the legs. You could also engage the feeling of pulling your lower legs closer together. We're not moving them closer together. We're just getting the feeling of squeezing them in. Good. And roll it down. Draw your knees into your chest, let that go. Maybe circle one direction. And then circle the other way. All right. Little Pilates warm up for you. Bring your shins parallel to the floor again. Bring your head up, reach your arms long, and we'll start to pump the arms. And if your neck gets tired, put your head down. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 5. In. Think of bringing your shins together. Exhale, 2, 3, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2. Good. Just a few more sets. If you like, you could take your legs long. You could lower your legs as long as you can control your low back in that position. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, X. In, 2, 3, X. Good. All right, go ahead and grab your knees. You could turn on one side and come up, or you could roll yourself up and take your legs wide. Yeah, we're going to do a little twisting here. So take your arms to the sides. I think we've done this before. It's a little bit awkward. We're going to think of taking an elbow and tapping it on a wall behind us, and then come back to center. And then the other side, 3 little taps, and come back to center. Yeah, we can add an exhale, 2, 3, and inhale. We never reach with our elbows, do we? So it feels a little awkward. Good. And then turn your palms forward so they're facing in front of you. Do a twist one direction, doesn't matter which way. And then a little farther. And then come back to center. Same thing, other side. A little farther. Come back to center. One more each way. Twist, twist, back to center. Good. And back to center. Good. Go ahead and draw your knees up. Roll yourself back. Keep your right leg. Take your right hand over to your right ankle. Left hand comes to the knee. And we're going to stretch the left leg long and then switch. Every time a leg is long, exhale. So it's an exhale. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop your head down. Turn it side to side. And we're going to come right back up, hands behind the head. This isn't a mistake, just something different. Take your left elbow to your left knee. See how that goes? Left to left, right to right, left to left. Good. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab both knees again. Roll all the way up. Bring the soles of your feet together and just let your back round down over your feet. Nice. Come on up, cross the legs. I'm just going to turn so that the folks on Zoom can see, and take both arms to the sky. Big inhale up and exhale down. Think of floating the arms up, hardly any effort. Yeah, and if it doesn't feel good to sit cross-legged, don't do it. Find another way that works for you. One more like that. Good. Take both arms up, spread your fingers wide, give it a little different feel, and squeeze your elbows down into your sides. Nice. 2 more like that. A big inhale up, exhale to squeeze. And inhale up and exhale to squeeze. Good. Bring your arms to goal post and drop your head forward and then open them out. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. 2 more just like that. Good. Let's take a twist. One direction, doesn't matter which one. We'll get both of them. Come on back to center and we'll twist to the other side. And come on back to center. Let's come to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of the feet to the mat if that feels good. If it doesn't, go ahead and turn your toes under and we'll find a little cat-cow here. So finding the Halloween cat, dropping the belly through to cow. I like to exhale on the cat, but notice what feels natural for you. And then maybe add a little organic movement, maybe a reach to one side, a bend to one side, circling all the way around, or something else would feel good. Find all those tight spots. Good. And then come on back to center. Take your right leg behind you, toes to the mat, float them up parallel to the floor. Beautiful. Fire up your leg, reach back with your heel, let that ankle flex, and add your opposite arm. And it doesn't have to go high. Play with it and see what feels right. Good. You could stay right here for a few breaths, or you could draw elbow to knee and kick it right back out. Okay, we'll go 4, 3, 2. Hold this last one out. Good. Turn your palm up and just reach a little bit up with both leg and hand. We'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and bring your hand and your knee back to the mat. Sit back to child's pose or something like it. Could be puppy dog, could be back to those cat cows. Let your body be heavy to the mat. Let your hips be heavy. And then we'll come back up and take the left leg back. So toes to the mat, fire up your leg, reach back with your heel, float it up just hip height, and add your opposite arm. Beautiful. And just breathe here. Check in with your breath, just like at the beginning of class. Good. And then if you like, elbow to knee, we'll go 4 times. Staying as stable as we can. Good. Turn your palm up and we'll kick both or lift both to the sky. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and bring your hand and your knee down. Sit back to child's pose one more time. It might feel nice to bring your hands back by your sides or bend your knees and take them into prayer over your head. Good. From here, go ahead and slide your body out on the mat. We're going to bring belly down to the mat. Tops of the feet to the mat. Draw your spine up tall. Shine your heart forward. Yeah. You could stay right here in Sphinx, or if you want to throw in a little Pilates, you could kick and straighten. It's a kick, kick, and straighten. Just notice how that feels on your knees. Good. We'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. While we're here, let's walk arms out long. Lift your feet. Lift your arms. You could stay right here in super yogi, or you could swim Pilates style. If you do that, we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more set. And exhale. Good. Bring your forehead to your hands. Let your muscles rest. We're going to come into a plank. So you decide how you'd like to get there. It could be through all fours. It could be right here from the floor. It could be knees and chest up. Yeah, we're not going to stay here too long. 2 breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more big inhale. On your exhale, gently move back to downward dog. Let your legs bend. Let your feet walk. Maybe let your hips sway side to side. All right, something different here before we come all the way up to standing. Reach your heels back toward the mat. They don't have to go to the mat, but just that feeling of reaching back. Check in with your mat. Make sure it's not slippery. If it feels safe, take your left leg up and reach it back to your back right lower leg. Yep, so we're reaching an arm up. Come back to downward dog. We're going to push back and we're going to pick up the left hand. Reach it back to the right leg. Yep. And put it back. Take your right hand, reach it back to the left leg. Just a little stretch here. Bring it back. Walk your feet to your hands. And we'll come all the way up. Bring your shoulders back. Good. All right. Turn the long way on your mat. It doesn't matter which direction you're going if your mats are forward. Yep. We're going to pick up a left foot and turn it out. Your right foot's going to stay right where it is and just kind of drop down into this lunge. Notice if your knee starts to go past your ankle, that means maybe you need to walk back a little bit. So we're nice, safe. So left knee's bent, right knee also has a little bit of a bend. Turn your shoulders forward. We'll reach up into warrior 1. Good. We're going to do this 3 times. Swing your arms back. Yep, into airplane. We'll come all the way back up into warrior 1, 2, all the way back up. 3, something a little different. When you come up, Reach your right hand all the way around behind you. Left arm stays forward. We sink down into warrior two. Yep. Let your shoulder blades drop down. And then 3 times we'll reach up and drop it down. And lift. Lower. One more. Good. Take your left elbow to the knee. Bring your right hand across the horizon. Stay right here. You could stay right here in this modified side angle. If it feels good to you, you could also take your left arm out unsupported. Nice. Beautiful. We'll come all the way up. Peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Turn your feet forward. We're going to take the right foot out. If you need to change directions, go ahead and do that. Sink it down so your knees over your ankle. Shoulders are going to point toward that. Yep, that left foot. Reach your arms to the sky. And reach the crown of your head forward, arms back. And we'll come all the way up. 2 more just like that. Strong core, strong legs, strong arms. Good. Open to warrior two. Drop your shoulder blades. Reach your hands up to the sky, straighten your front leg. Drop it back down. Nice. Good. Bring your right elbow to your left elbow to your left knee. Take your other hand across the horizon. Yep. And if you like to reach out from here, you can do that. Good. We'll come all the way up, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Turn your feet forward. Forward fold, just let it go. You could bring hands to thighs, the floor. You could grab elbows. You could sway this if that feels good. And then hands to thighs, and we'll come all the way up. Yeah, bring your heels in, toes out. Doesn't have to be real extreme. And we'll take both hands to the sky. Imagine you have bear claws. Scratch them down the tree. Sink it down. Yeah, and we'll inhale up and we'll scratch it down. This time we're going to hold this one at the bottom. Strong arms, strong legs. Good. Bring your hands heart center. Walk your feet. You could stay with that, or you could come to toes on both sides. You could keep those arms. You could bring them to the sides. Or if you want something softer, you could catch some raindrops. Good modifications. Nice. Go ahead and drop the heels and we'll inhale all the way up. Turn your toes forward, forward fold one more time. Hands to thighs and we'll roll all the way up. And shoulders back. Yeah, I think last week maybe we did some inchworms. Let's do a few inchworms here and then we'll end up back down on the mat. So big, tall spine, root your feet down. Let's take both arms up. We'll do a couple half sun salutations here. Exhale, fold. Inhale yourself to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. While we're here, let's sit back in chair. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. We'll sit back in chair. Good. This time we'll come up, fold over, walk your hands out to the perfect plank. We're not going to stay there long. One big breath in. Fire up your core muscles, walk it all the way back. Let your knees bend, hands to thighs, roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders come back. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. We'll sit back to chair. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself out to inchworm again, or walk out inchworm to plank again. Good. One big inhale. Fire up your core, nice and stable. Walk yourself all the way back. Let your knees bend, roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders back. And just shake it out. Last week, I think we also did this. You can stay right where you are, but root your feet down without moving your legs. Circle your pelvis around. So it would look like this if we were moving our legs, but we're not going to move our legs. Just circle your pelvis around using just your core muscles, not pushing with your legs at all. And I always love the looks of concentration. It's like, there it is. Yeah. And switch and go the other way. These are super tiny. Just checking in with all those muscles. Good. Step your feet a little wider and go ahead and let your legs help. And switch and go the other way. Nice. Since we're up here, let's work a little on necks and shoulders. Okay. So go ahead and let your chin drop down to your chest. Inhale all the way back up. It's a busy time of year. We might be storing a little tension, holding a little tension in our necks and our shoulders. Turn your head gently side to side. Just notice how it moves one way and the other. Good. And then let your chin slide down across your chest. If that means that your back gets a little round, if it means that your knees come into the motion, just let it happen. Good. And then come back to center. Let's take our shoulders around forward. Sometimes it can feel good to put fingers on shoulders. You can do them that way. You can leave your arms down, whatever feels good to you. My knees just automatically start to bend. If you find that happens, go with it. Good. Let's take one shoulder and then the other. And then switch and go backwards. Nice. And then both shoulders at once, going back. Good. Go and drop your shoulders down again. Drop your head. Inhale up. Do that a few more times. Yeah, then go gently side to side. Good. Come back to center. Take both arms up. We're going to take left hand and just rest it on the head, not pushing, just letting it rest. Drop your head over to the side. Good. We'll do the same thing other side. Just let your right hand rest on your head. Good. And inhale up again. And just bring hands heart center. Let's come down to the mat. We're going to do a little bit of rolling or balancing. You could come into a boat pose with your heels on the mat. back. You could hold onto your legs. You could pick the legs up. Make sure you've got plenty of space behind you. Yep, you could also straighten out. I see some folks back with you could extend, but if you want to roll, we're going to hold on to the legs pretty strongly. Let your chin drop down, rock back just your shoulder blades and up. Yeah. If that doesn't feel like core work to you, let your belly be soft, not engaged at all, and try rocking back and up. You pretty much have to engage those core muscles, yeah, those belly muscles. If you like, you could cross your feet. We do this. We're going to just go back and forth here. So there's an option. You could also take your feet, rock all the way back, switch feet, and come up and over. The thing to remember is your hands don't move, just the feet move. Or any of those other options. Coming into that half boat, full boat, teaser, rolling. Good. And bring the soles of your feet together and just let that go. Okay. Let's come back, heels to the mat. We're going to do 3 half roll downs until we finally end up on our backs. So sit up really nice and tall. We'll drop back just to where it's hard to hold. Inhale up. Go to that same place. One more. Go to that place that's hard to hold. Take a big breath in. Drop all the way back. Take a big stretch, fingertips to toes. And then bring your elbows to your knees. If you like, you can bring your head up. And we're just going to take right arm back and left arm out and bring them together. Same thing, other side. Maybe inhale as they reach. Exhale as they come back. Nice. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and drop your head back. Turn it side to side. Release the neck. And then take your right leg in the air. Left leg gets 2 little pulses. And switch. 2 little puffs of air. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Take your feet wide, let your knees drop together. Yep. So go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor and let your knees drop in. So we're in this kind of knock-knee position. Start to windshield wiper, knees over to the left and then over to the right. Just notice how that feels. Maybe one side's really different than the other. And then come on back to center. Bring both knees in. Keep your right knee, take your left leg long. You can let your left leg rest on the mat. Draw your right knee up towards your armpits. And if you like, take your left hand behind the thigh, right hand to the foot. This is a half happy baby. See how that feels? Yep, you could also take a finger and hook it around the big toe if that feels nice to you. Good. And we'll straighten that leg back out. Take your right hand, make a kickstand, and drop your leg to the outside. And then as it comes back to center, let your right knee bend. Take your left hand and bring that leg across the body to come into a twist. Notice that you can control the range of motion here. Good. And we'll come back to center. Go ahead and take your left knee into your chest. Other leg out long. Take the knee up towards your armpit. If you like, take your right hand behind. Left hand on the foot. Half happy baby. Yeah, so we're pulling the knee over to the outer rib cage. And again, if it feels good to you to hook the toe, you could also do that. And then go ahead and take your left leg long, bring your left arm to the side and let that leg drop out, external rotation. And as it comes back to center, let the knee bend. Take your right hand, gently guide that leg over so that you come into a twist. This side might be different. Good. And then we'll come on back to center. Take both arms and legs long. Be as tall as you can. And then without turning on your side, move your legs over to the left. Move your arms over to the left, still flat on the back. Banana pose. Breathe into the right side rib cage. Find some space there. And if it feels good to you, you could take your right ankle over your left ankle. If that instantly is too much, just put it back. Good. Release that. We'll bring arms back to center, legs back to center, and then switch sides. Walking legs over to the right, arms over to the right. Option across left over right. Good. And we'll come back to center. One more thing, if you like, bring your legs in and just reach them up to the sky. This is a wonderful pose to do with a wall, with legs on the wall, or even lower legs on a chair. It's called legs up the wall. Just take a couple breaths here. And then gently come out of this. You could leave feet on the floor. You could stretch out long into Shavasana. You could even sit up or turn on your belly. And just take a second here to notice from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet, just like at the beginning of class. Notice any places that you're holding tension. See if you can breathe into those spots and imagine the tension flowing away with each exhale. And then gently turn your attention to your breath and see if you can keep it there for about a minute. If thoughts come up, and they will, because that's what our brains do, that's what our minds do, just let them float by. Gently bring your attention back to the breath. Let your body be heavy and let your belly be soft. And stay with this for a few more breaths, bringing your attention back to the breath every time your mind wanders. It often seems that this is really a busy time of year and we run nonstop. So I like to share this poem at this time of year. This is by S.C. Laurie. Go into this week with the attitude that your peace, your health of mind, and your heart mean more than getting everything else done. That your smile matters, that feeling rested matters, that holding the hands of your loved ones matter. So pause lots, function at a pace that doesn't pull you apart. Honor the things that make you feel good inside, the things that make you feel alive. Give time to those things this week and make time the gift it is by giving it to what really matters to you. And start to bring a little gentle movement back to your body. You could wiggle your fingers and toes or let your knees sway, or even just take a couple deep breaths. And then gently turn on one side and pause there. And then help yourself up to sitting. Good. Thank you for practicing with me today. May we dwell in safety. May we be happy and healthy. May we be at peace. Namaste.